Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and it's that time of year, my friends. It's Tennocon time, and with Tennocon, we're gonna be getting ourselves access to Battleketeer's entire inventory. Keep in mind, Tennocon will be happening on July 17th, so you got plenty of time from now up until then to get your Ducats. And without further ado, Prio 1, Prio 2, and Prio 3 from Baro. We're gonna be discussing really quickly just the important bits, the bits that bring you power and functionality, not the cosmetics. Those are subjective and entirely up to you, but of course, Baro will have all his cosmetics. Let's start off with Prio 1, the mods. Voltaic, Strike, and Jolt. These are 60/60 electricity mods, and unfortunately, they are only brought by Battleketeer, the Void Trader, so there's no buts about it. You gotta get them from Baro. Prime Chamber, however, can be moved from Prio 1 to Prio Nothing, simply because this is only really usable on snipers, and if you really want to get the most out of it, well, you gotta play with the Vectis Prime. It's also, or might be better said, a very smart investment choice. This is still very expensive. Baro doesn't really bring it all the time. I think he only brought it once, maximum of twice, and the prices for these are still sky high. But basically, if you don't care about platinum investments and stuff like that, you don't like to play with snipers or the Vectis Prime, forget about Prime Chamber. You like it? You want to see the power of Prime Chamber? Click the cards right now. Moving on to Prime mods. Charge Shell, Continuity, Cryoron's Flow, Heated Charge, Pistol Gambit, Target Cracker, Point Blank, Ravage, Fever Strike, Pressure Point, Prime Reach, and the brand new one for 2021, Chilling Grasp. My friends, these are the power mods. These are Prio 1. You need to have a copy of each and every single one, but with the same caveat as before. For example, you don't like playing with shotguns, forget about the shotgun mods, such as Chilling Grasp. By the way, this is cold damage for your shotguns. Reach's range for melee is definitely a Prio 1-1. Currently, we are in a melee-filled meta, and I don't think it's gonna change after the brand new update either. Moving on to weapons, the Ignis Wraith is with a bit of an asterisk, because if you're playing on PC, you can ask for a blueprint. From the trade chat, for example, some Tenno offer it to you for free and others charge you plat. You can do the same thing if you're playing PlayStation or Xbox as well. This is more for the guys that are playing on Nintendo Switch, the 5 of you, oh sorry, the 6 of you, my bad. Because you never got access to the event that brought the blueprints, or basically the whole thing for the Ignis Wraith, so you gotta get it from Battleketeer. Galaxian Vandal, still a powerhouse, still love this weapon, still link the cards right now for a full and detailed guide on it. Prisma Gorgon still packs a punch. I'm biased on this one, I'm sorry. I'm biased, this is my favorite assault rifle in Warframe, and once again, if you wanna see what this beauty, well, subjective beauty is capable of, link the cards right now. Prisma Twin Gremlins, Quanta Vandal, Supra Vandal. It used to be such a powerhouse. Honestly, it's only Prio 1 for the nostalgia. It should really be in Prio. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry, Supra. Please don't hate me, Supra fans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gone. It's over now. It's done. I'm sorry. It's gone. Forget about it. Prisma Grinlog. Now, this one can definitely pack a serious punch. The problem with this one, it's a lever action rifle. If you fancy yourself a sharpshooter, you can get a lot of damage out of the Prisma Grinlog, but not stick to assault rifles. Prisma Dual Cleavers, fantastic melee weapon, just like most melee weapons, so there you go. Machete Wraith, still the most powerful machete, even though now we got the Prisma Machete. We're gonna talk about this one just a tad later, because the story behind this one is a bit kooky. And in case you haven't noticed, everything with red is not like a super prio or anything like that. It's simply the brand new stuff for 2021. Opticor Vandal is here. This is not a new weapon per se, definitely not. You could get it from Thermia Fractures and all whatnot, but you can get it from Battleketeer now. It just showed up in Baro's inventory, so you can skip that entire farm. From my, and this is subjective, which is why it's still in Prio 1, from my subjective point of view, the Opticor, the regular version, maintains the spirit of the true Opticor. This is more of a almost like a machine gun effect if you have the right build for it. But again, it definitely packs a punch, and it is worth having in your arsenal. XCV8 and Neo 01. Do you know what these two brings? Volt Prime, my friends. But the Neo 01 also brings the Aclex Prime blueprint, so do bear that one in mind. You don't get the link, but you do get the blueprint from 01. V8 is just for Volt and Odonata Prime. Moving on to Prio 2, my friends. High Voltage and Shell Shock. These can be farmed from the game. The mission Nilgar, Planet Eris, find all the free secret caches, then upon extraction, you got about a 5% chance at either. So, you see, it's a terrible farm. Honestly, it's a terrible farm. But if you're Mr. Luck and RNG is with you, you can go and farm them. If not, pick them up from Baro. These are 60/60 electricity mods, so you will need them. Split Flights. I love this mod. This is an amazing mod, but the problem is Digital Extremes. Yeah, the problem is they're not allowing us to use it on the fun bows, the explosive bows. But if you want to see the power of split flights in action and how it can transform a mech weapon into a really powerful weapon, link the card right now. Mark of the Beast and Combo Fury. It's a dangerous thing for me to put these in Prio 2 because they might move to Prio 1 really quickly, simply because we're getting a whole lot of changes to Warframe, to the damage, we're getting changes to melee weapons, we're getting changes to range weapons. These are for thrown melee, but they synergize very well with other types of weapons, okay, for your secondary, for example. So these might become Prio 1 as Digital Extremes keeps pushing us to use our entire arsenal and keeps putting in these synergy mods. But for now, Prio 2. They're also new for 2021. Moving on to Prime mods, we got Animal Instinct, Fast Hands, Heavy Trauma, Pack Leader, Slip Magazine, Regen, Quick Draw, Rubedo, Line Barrel, and the 3 new mods that I thought are Prio 2 this year. Firestorm, Fulmination, and Tactical Pump. Firestorm and Fulmination are range of explosion, okay, the area of effective explosions for primaries and secondary weapons, and Tactical Pump is reload speed for shotguns. I've seen recently Digital Extremes push a lot of reload speed, so that might have something to do with the upcoming meta, so do bear that one in mind. Animal Instinct, the normal one, does the job just fine, just like Prime Pack Leader. Heavy Trauma is impact damage for your melee weapons, but considering the changes that are coming to Parazon, and a couple of mods that we're getting with the Parazon rework, this might actually, believe it or not, be moved to Prio 1. There might be a build that you go full impact on melee, all over the place, and then you just go execute, execute, execute. Increased animation speed, increased execution. Get how that one works? It might be. I'm not sure at this point since we don't have the content just yet. Fast Hands is pretty self-explained. Pack Leader, again, the normal one does the job just fine. Slip Magazine, Prime Regen is really cool in the sense that your Sentinel will be coming back to life, and in combination with Sacrifice, you're gonna be able to get yourself some nice resist. Not only that, this one doesn't even need to be maxed out. One from the top will do, which is a whole lot of credits. And a whole lot of endo. Prova Vandal, Prisma Grakata for Prio 2 weapons. I love Clem, he's amazing, but the weapon is simply not all that powerful, just like the Supra Vandal. I know, again, this used to be such a fan favorite. It's still one of my favorites, but the problem is it doesn't pack that big of a punch ever since, I think it was February or March of 2020 when we got the status chance and the damage type changes. It's still definitely fun to use, and I will still keep it in my arsenal. Prisma Dual, the Curians are new! Yay, they're new! But it's an arc gun, that's the problem. They're super cool to use, objectively speaking. They do pack a punch, but being arc weapons, a whole lot of players still stay clear of them, which is why they're Prio 2 and not Prio 1. Prisma Obek, strong melee weapon. Volcar Wraith, beautiful sniper rifle. And I mean from a gameplay perspective, in the sense that this one has the largest scope when you're doing revenge challenges and all whatnot. This one is really, really useful. The problem is that we're still using sniper rifles primarily for Eidolon hunts, even though you can hunt Eidolon now with anything. Again, just throw a rock at it, it'll die. Trust me, it's fine. It's simply not as powerful as other counterparts, which is why it's Prio 2. Maradetron fell from grace. It used to be one of the best secondary weapons up until 2020, and now it's simply not. That's all that it is. It's still fantastic with something like Max Bubble. You're still gonna be able to basically annihilate everything. Prisma Scana is a decent melee weapon, which is why it's only Prio 2. Prisma Machete, I thought it was a new weapon. We just got it from Baro. Believe it or not, it was introduced into the game years ago, but it was a China exclusive, which has, initially it had the same stats as the normal version, and then it got patched to be a little bit more beef, and now you can get it from Battleketeer. A whole lot of players simply say that the Machete Wraith is better. I agree with them, but you should bear in mind that this one has a better attack speed. Halika Wraith is a brand new weapon for 2021. It's a throne, it's the Halika, that's it, Prio 2. And Supra Vandal we already talked about. The Axie A2 and the Axie A5, my friends, from the Aklex Prime and the Akvesto Prime. Both beautiful secondary weapons which are worth it. I would go for the Aklex first, simply because it has that boom, that better feeling, that Deagle feeling. And if you're looking for that, definitely go for the Lex or the Aklex Prime. As for the Prisma Shade, it's a Sentinel. It's like the best version of the Shade. That's like honestly the best thing I can say. It's got flowy energy over it. I don't know. Prio 3, Tempo Royale, and Combo Killer. Again, I'm forced to say that Tempo Royale is farmable from the game, but the farm for it is a little bit of pain in the arse. You can live without it, honestly. There's not that much price put on combos anymore, sadly. You just gotta press one button and you win when it comes to melee, which is cool from a subjective point of view and uncool from also a subjective point of view. Prime, Ban, Expel, Cleanse, and Smite mods. These will add a whole lot of power on the right build, in the right setup, and so on and so forth. So power is not the concern. My problem with these mods is the design language behind it. They're a pain to actually use. You gotta max them all out. They take a whole lot of endo. The normal versions aren't really worth using. You gotta swap them in and out from mission to mission. Honestly, I wish we can discourage bad design ideas, which is why I say prime skip on all of these 4 types. Prime Diamond Mutation, all of them, basically the normal ones do the job just fine. Very rarely, if ever, I felt the need for a Prime Ammo Mutation mod, so there you go. And Prime Morphic Transformer is powerful, is useful, but it's ability strength for your Arcwing, and not a whole lot of players still enjoy Arcwing. When it comes to prio free weapons, we got pretty weapons such as the Zylok. Beautiful, beautiful weapon, but it doesn't pack that big of a punch. You know what? It's not complete mastery fodder ever since the status chance changes, but still is definitely not fantastic for a secondary. Prisma Tetra still is a marshmallow shooter, but we're gonna be getting a Tenant Tetra with much better stats. Prisma Angstrom, no, just for mastery, that's it. Prisma Veridux is strong, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately it's an arc gun melee, which we really don't use. Viper Wraith Mastery Fodder, 100%. Even though it has a cool augment, it's simply not all that powerful. Just like the sister weapon to this one, which is the Act Viper Wraith or the Dual Viper Wraith. However, that one you don't get it from battle, you get it from invasions. As for beacons, my friends, beacons are only if you lost your patience in Warframe. Trust me, I've seen every single item that can drop from the Stalker Zanuka and the Gustak 5 times over. You don't need beacons unless you're in a bit of a rush. And I believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And let me know in the comment section down below, are you excited for Tennocon or not? Until next time, my friends, Pendulum Narata endgame content. Catch you guys in the next one.